Стреляй!
There are dates that school children in the United States are required to memorize, like October 12, 1492, when Columbus discovered America. Now there was a new date for Russian youngsters to remember. October 4, 1957, when Sputnik, the first Earth satellite, was launched. The new moon circled the globe every 96 minutes. All the people on this fast-shrinking planet heard about it. Many of them watched it. All of them read about it. In the history of the Earth, no other event had captured the imagination of so many people as this first step into space. At least the word space was now legal in Washington. There were high-level meetings. There were press conferences and sober analyses of the nation's new position. There was prolonged national soul-searching by the executive, by Congress, and by the military. Meantime, the Soviet Union was ready to launch its second punch in a row, Sputnik 2. Aboard this new satellite, Laika was to be the Earth's first traveler into space. Here is Laika in his capsule, which will be placed inside the satellite. There were instruments to test his reaction to cosmic rays, radiation, heat, cold, and weightlessness. In these exclusive Soviet films, Sputnik 2 is shown in its pre-launch preparation. The Russian satellite weighed 1,120 pounds, 10 times heavier than the first Sputnik. On November 3rd, 1957, commemorating the 40th anniversary of the Russian Revolution, the Earth's second artificial satellite went into orbit. The second Sputnik was not only a tremendous scientific achievement in itself, but in the information received on Laika's long flight into space, the Soviets gained a priceless advantage in any forthcoming race to put a man in space. In desperation, the United States looked to the vanguard.
Today, a new moon is in the sky, a 23-inch metal sphere placed in orbit by a Russian rocket. Here, an artist's conception of how the feat was accomplished. A three-stage rocket. Number one, the booster in the class of an intercontinental missile. Its weight estimated at 50 tons. The smaller second stage took over at 5,000 miles an hour and carried on to the highest point reached. 500 miles up, the artificial moon is boosted to a speed counterbalancing the pull of gravity and released. You are hearing the actual signals transmitted by the Earth-circling satellite, one of the great scientific feats of the age.
The choice must be made. Yes, man stands on the threshold of outer space. It's the biggest story of the year, possibly the #1 story of the century. This launching of the Russian satellite, which brings into the realm of possibility all those wild science fiction stories of interplanetary travel. Watch it. It's fascinating. This animation is a graphic portrayal of how a satellite operates. This story of the Russian satellite burst upon a startled world early in October. Russia announcing she had shot a man-made moon 560 miles into space, where it was circling the Earth at the dizzy speed of 18,000 miles per hour. It sent its familiar beep-beep back to Earth, was tracked by radio and by sight as it hurtled across the heavens. The satellite was launched as part of IGY, the International Geophysical Year, a gigantic study of the Earth and its surroundings by 64 nations from both sides of the Iron Curtain, in common effort to benefit mankind. The scientists are
overseas, on October 4, 1957, the Soviet Union launches Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite. The Soviets' launch is for the International Geophysical Year, or IGY. The geophysical year is 18 months, from July 1957 to December 1958. More than 70 nations and as many as 30,000 scientists cooperate to investigate the world and its environment. Sputnik 1 concerns Americans because of far-reaching military and technical implications of the launch. Less than a month after the first Sputnik, the Russians launch a second Sputnik, which weighs about a half a ton and carries a dog as a passenger.
October 4th, 1957. Russia orbits Sputnik 1, the Earth's first man-made satellite. The 184-pound sphere circles the globe every 90 minutes, flashing a series of radio signals back to Earth. On November 3rd, 1957, the Russian dog Laika becomes the first living creature to orbit the Earth. Scientists place the animal in Sputnik 2, attach recording devices to measure heartbeat and breathing, and then launch capsule and passenger. From Sputnik 2, 160 miles above the Earth, listen for the heartbeat of Laika. In America, a chimpanzee named Ham is sent into orbit on January 31st, 1961.
To each his own.